Come on, Alfredo. The heat has been broken for 10 days. You've done nothing. Oh, man, you know what? I have had enough, okay? Annie O'Donnell has just gotten tired of making nice. So welcome to your worst nightmare, mister. Don't you look at me like that. I know you speak English.
Oh, I speak English. I am just not scared.
Please, what are we going to do about this?
I don't know what you are going to do, but I'm going to spend the day in a warm movie theater. 007 is back.
Well, I don't care where you go. I will follow you, even if you go to see Showgirls.
Could you yell in my face? I could really use the heat.
You see, this is what I love about you. When faced with life's hardships, you just reach deep down inside and pull out a fashion statement.
Well, at this point, I could reach deep down inside and pull out a frozen margarita. Hey, where are you going?
Outside to warm up.
So it says here under special skills that you can speak French, water ski, squeeze your body through an unstrung tennis racket, and fit inside a 10-gallon water cooler bottle. Please, tell me this is true.
I'm a contortionist. I used to be with the circus, but they went bust.
Oh, a contortionist. You know, I've always wondered what it would be like to get a job for a contortionist.
Most guys just want to have sex with one.
Oh, here we go. Peanut vendor at the Big Apple Circus.
Great.
Okay, if you have any problems on the job, please call. Here's my number. Here's my mother's number. Here's a number of the beeper I'm planning to buy on the way home.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, okay. You just manage the building. Who owns it? No, don't put me on hold. They didn't. They hung up.
Oh, to be young and alive and living in the big city, huh, kids? You know, I woke up this morning and I saw so many things I've been blind to. Cabbies flipping me off, winos weeping, well-dressed businessmen jumping turnstiles. It's real life, and it's all so beautiful. Hey, world, I want to give you a hug.
Damn, Elliot, let me see here. You got the screw loose. You got the bags. All you need to complete the ensemble is a shopping cart and cats on leashes.
Hey, what's going on?
Annie, Roger, last night Gail was 45 minutes late for our therapy session, and like somebody turned on the lights. I saw that our marriage was over. When she showed up, I told her I was moving out.
Elliot, that's a big step.
I thought you guys were going to work this out.
Yeah, are you sure about this?
Absolutely.
Where are you going to stay? Wait a minute. I tell you what, you can come home with me, okay? The Carlucci Hilton awaits.
God bless you, Roger.
Hey, roomie. Could you at least use a coaster? Thank you.
Hey, look, if there's anything I'm doing that's bothering you, let me know, because I think communication is the key to a successful relationship.
Yeah, me too. Get your friggin' feet off the coffee table.
Roger the neat freak. Who would have guessed?
Excuse me. What the hell is that?
That's a stuffed raven. Oh, sorry. My father brought it back from Tijuana when I was a kid. It used to have these shiny red eyes, but I ate them.
Shouldn't that thing have flown to hell for the winter?
This is my muse. This guy inspired me to become a writer. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary.
What are you looking at me for?
Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. You know, quoth the raven, nevermore.
Well, quote the Roger. Get that feathered rat out of here. Wait, what are you doing now?
Roger, you said I could use these shelves.
Oh, come on, Elliot. Did that wife of yours teach you nothing? You don't fold your pants like that. You fold them like this, you see? Crease runs down the middle. Like so. Because you don't know how to fold your own pants. I'm late for a date with a contortionist.
You're dating her? She's a client. How could you?
What do you mean, how could I? Did you see her? Besides, she called me. And did I mention? She's a contortionist.
Thank you all for coming. Now, as we know, friends, neighbors, fellow tenants, comrades, the living conditions in this building are unacceptable.
You know that, right?
Now, are we just gonna sit here and take it? No!
Ridiculous.
As a post sign which say nobody steps on squeaky step after dark. And if they do, they disappear in dead of night, never to be heard from again. Good, no?
No, we're not here to talk about the squeaky step. We're here to talk about the heat that has been broken for the past 2 weeks.
That's it.
This is cold? This is not cold. In Romania, this is bikini weather. You Americans are so fussy.
Hey, everyone, hot baby kisses.
Oh, this is good. Oh, good.
Come on now, we need to band together, okay? We need to hit them where it hurts, in their pocketbooks. Yes. I say we have a rent strike. Nobody pays the rent until the heat is fixed.
Cool. A protest. It's just like the 60s. And later, when we get to that free love thing, I call her.
The 60s was also a very violent time, so watch it, Pee-wee.
People, try to stay with me here, okay? Focus.
You got any chips? What kind of party is this without chips?
What is the matter with you people? Come on now, we need to stick together. There's strength in numbers.
And body heat.
I know it's cold, I know. But have your spirits been frozen too? Let them turn off the heat, but don't let them douse the flame of rebellion. Face it, who amongst us can afford to buy space heaters? Are you with me?
I mean, I can't afford to pay my rent anyway, so I'm with you.
There you go. We are not going to stop until we crush the man. Viva la raza! Free bird! They're being squished like bugs. The management company is fighting back. They have turned off the water for the entire building for repairs.
Well, the electricity went out now.
What?
And I wouldn't go back there unless you want an angry mob of greasy-haired people wilding on you for depriving them of their touched by an angel.
Look, we will get the electricity back on if we just stick together.
Well, we've lost Doris.
Why?
She never even lived in the building. She's nothing but a lonely old communist.
I am telling you, tomorrow morning we are going down there. We're going to find out who owns the building.
Wow, you're really fired up, huh?
No, I'm just trying to get the feeling back in my hands.
You, my friends, are looking at a published writer.
Wow, Elliot, it's Chris.
I'm going to be in the Waiting Room Quarterly. It's a literary magazine for only the finest doctors' offices in the tri-state area.
Hey, your first paycheck.
Well, not a paycheck exactly. It's a coupon for a free physical.
Well, it's a start.
Hey, Tommy, a bottle of your best sparkling cider. Listen, Elliot, I hope you don't mind, but there was a copy of one of your stories on the kitchen table, so I read it.
Really? What'd you think?
I loved it. It's called Your Changing Face, right? It's about this guy and a girl who helps him to overcome his fear of water. How I read it was this. The man represents America, right? The girl represents the church. And his fear of water represents every man's fear of religion, which is ultimately cleansed once you take the plunge. Am I right, Elliot?
Actually, the guy represents a guy, and the girl represents a girl, and the water is, you know, my mother.
Ah, completely different story.
Okay, here we go. To the new Elliot. This past week, you're like a different person.
Yeah,
Yes.
cheers. And let me tell you, I don't know what Gail's been feeding you, but my pasta puttanesca's been putting the color back in your cheeks.
I think it's obvious why Elliot's doing so well. It's because he's finally free of Gail.
Come on, Deeds. Gail and Elliot had some good times.
Well, that was then, but lately Gail's been nothing but a prissy, selfish, terrific gal. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Elliot.
Gail?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Can I just, steal him for a second?
Sure.
The little minx probably wants him back.
No, she doesn't.
What else could she want? His coupon for his free physical?
Will you guys relax? Elliot is not stupid. He knows he's been better off without Gail.
Although he seems to be doing pretty good with it, too, huh?
We are not leaving here until we find out who owns this building. And I'm telling you, when this guy Bradstock hears what the owner has been doing to us, I know he's gonna take pity on us.
Okay, but do you think you're gonna get anywhere dressed like that? Deeds, hey, it sucks being a woman. We earn 60 cents on the dollar in the workplace, society discards us when we hit 40, and men are even infringing on our exclusive right to serve drinks at Hooters. Listen, this is one of the few good things that we women have going for us, and believe me, baby, I am gonna work it.
May I help you?
You work it, girl.
Hi, Mrs. Bradstock. My name is Dee Dee Edelstein. How are you today?
Happy and peppy and bursting with love.
Well, listen, we're here because we need to find out who owns our building.
I'm sorry that is not a matter of public record.
Yes, see, we know that, but our heater has been broken for 2 weeks.
It's just a novel suggestion. Try wearing some clothes.
Look, ma'am, Mrs. Bradstock, Mrs. B.
But poor little Westy's just gonna have to freeze to death, poor little Brigadoon.
You have a West Highland Terrier?
Well, I did, if the poor thing isn't dead by now.
I have a Westie, too, see? Oh, you know, those sweet little things were just not meant to stand the cold. Oh, look, I will get you that name, okay?
423 West 28th Street.
Yeah.
I am so not worthy.
How ugly are these dogs?
Oh, the owner of your building is Maxwell Sheffield.
The Broadway producer?
Here's his home phone number.
So much. How can I repay you?
Well, you can give Mr. Sheffield a copy of my picture and my resume. I was in a production of The Sound of Music in Summer Stock. And believe me, honey, I was Maria. He's alive. The sound of music. Where you going? Don't leave.
Gail always loved me in a tie.
Why are you doing this? Why would you even consider getting back together with Gail?
Look, Roger, if you're going to start some macho thing about how men should be the ones to walk all over women, I don't want to hear it.
No, Elliot. No. This is about you, okay? You're a good guy, and I can't stand to see you get back into a situation where you're not appreciated. Let me ask you, did Gail cook for you like I have? Did she iron your pants? Did she put Snuggle in your laundry so it was baby soft? Hey, you didn't know I did that, did you? come on, Elliot. Did she buy you sparkling cider when something went your way? Did she even read one of your stories? I've read every single one of them. I need to get a life.
Okay, so I've been mulling over this whole question of how we get close to this Sheffield guy, and I got a couple of thoughts. A, we use our connections. My friend's brother is in Victoria. He's course boy number 1 and course girl number 3.
Maxwell Sheffield, please.
Or we could just call it.
Beatrice is fun, but oof, what a voice. She's the nanny. What? Oh, he's not there. Listen, could you just take a message, please? Can you tell him that Annie O'Donnell called? That's right. I live in his building on 28th Street. The one that has no heat, no electricity, no water. You know, you could just tell him that if everything is not turned on by tomorrow, me and a couple hundred of my friends are gonna come down there and picket his Broadway play. And then go see Cats. Just went all Norma Ray there for a second.
Oh, don't look now.
So listen, I figured it out. I talked to my boss, and he's going to give me Saturdays off.
Great. Hey, Gail, guess what? Got my first story published.
And then I figured during the week I could do dinner at home twice.
Hello, Gail. I just told you I got my first story published.
Oh, that's great. Which one?
You're Changing Face?
Oh, do I know that one?
Well, I left it on the kitchen table for you to read 6 months ago.
I'm sorry. I've just been so swamped with my case, but I'm going to read it, I promise.
Heard that one before.
I know. I'm sorry. I promise to try harder. It's my beeper. But you know what? I'm not answering it. I am not even looking at the number.
Mom, you shouldn't be eavesdropping.
I can't hear.
Please, tell me what the story is about.
Well, it's about this man who's afraid of the water and the woman who inspires him to dive into the lake. And he does, and he swims and he swims, and when he finally comes to the surface, he looks up and he sees that she isn't there. And he realizes that he doesn't need her anymore. It's about us.
What are you wearing?
Just a sweater. I know that sweater. Really? That's one of my Aunt Sally's homemade theme sweaters. This is Easter. You stole Easter from me. I'm only answering to the block of ice formerly known as Annie.
Roger, what are you doing here?
While I was sitting at home, right, I gave Elliot an hour. I went to Rex, checked Matt, wasn't there. You know what that means? All it takes is a smile and a wonder bra. Oh, sometimes we men are just so cheap.
Oh, God. I bet it's that Freebird guy again.
I better hide the oregano.
Good evening. Maxwell Sheffield, I heard there was a problem in the building.
Annie O'Donnell.
And I heard you were it.
No. The problem would be that there is no heat, no water, no electricity.
And you brought me all the way down here for this? Oh, you kids should be happy. Bundling up to the glow of candlelight. Oh, it's so romantic. Like Christmas in Gstaad.
I don't know from Christmas in Gstaad. All I know is that down here on 28th Street, we work our butts off to pay the rent, and you could obviously care less whether or not we are living like frozen lamb chops.
Gotcha.
Oh my God, I'm finally in the same room with a famous bachelor and I am dressed in layers?
Look, Mr. Sheffield, I'm sorry I had to play a little rough with you there, but, you know, sometimes if you want to get any place in this world, you gotta put the fear of God into people.
Annie, I've seen people with the fear of God in them. Not even close.
Thank you, anyway.
Well, I had nothing to do with it, really. I sicked my children's nanny onto the management company. She could put the fear of God in, well, God. Well, ladies, I just wanted to apologize and see if there was any way I could make up for this dreadful inconvenience. Now, as a matter of fact, I was going to get you house seats to one of my shows, but my nanny told me you'd prefer to see cats. So, here is the cab fare to the theater. Well, it's been lovely meeting all of you. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Man, the things you see in this town, I just saw 3 kids strip a limo in under 5 minutes.
Oh, dear. Cab fare.
So, Elliot, what happened? What'd Gail do to you?
I finally realized that as good of a person as Gail is, she's no Roger.
You got that right.
She's no Gail either. At least not the one I married. Man, what was I thinking? I mean, one minute I'm jumping for joy because I had the guts to leave her, and the next I came crawling back.
Oh, come on, Elliot. You know, give yourself a break. You were married to her for 8 years. And when it worked, it was great.
Yeah, and we're here for you. I mean, whatever you want to do, laugh, cry, or scream, or express yourself and dance, this one always worked for me.
I think you should keep doing that. I think you're circulating the heat. Look, Elliot, you know, what we're trying to say is whatever you're feeling, whatever you want to do tonight, you got it. It's okay.
Thanks.
Oh, Duckman.
You know, are you sure that Duckman is really what you want to...
So dangerous it could never be exposed.
You cannot have one breath of scandal.
A choice so shattering it could never be faced. Until now.
How could I be sure you still love me?
How could you not be?
Richard Chamberlain stars in The Thornbirds, The Missing Years, coming February 11th.